Hello. I reckon it's vampire season, so I've got my vampire shirt on. And today's poem is Le Vampire, The Vampire by Charles Baudelaire. He lived in the 1800s, like Edgar Allan Poe, and they wrote scary stuff. Let's see how scary today's poem is. It's 7 stanzas. Here we go. Le Vampire. Toi qui, comme un coup de couteau, dans mon cœur plaintif est entré. Toi qui, forte comme un troupeau de démons vains, folle et pareil. Ooh, he's talking to somebody. You can see that word you, toi, repeated twice. What is this person he's talking to like? Comme un coup de couteau dans mon cœur plaintif et entré. Like a knife stab going into my crying heart. Ooh. Okay, this started out heavy. Let's see if it gets better. Toi qui, forte comme un troupeau de démons, vain, folle et pareil. You, who, like a bunch of wild demons, decided to make your bed and domain in my humiliated mind. De mon esprit humilié, faire ton lit et ton domaine. Oof. First, this person is like a knife, then a bunch of demons. That's quite a breakup. Let's see if it gets better. Une femme à qui je suis lié, comme le forçat à la chaîne, comme au jeu le joueur têtu, comme à la bouteille l'ivrogne, comme au vermine la charogne, maudite, maudite sois-tu. It's like he's tied to someone, like a prisoner or a chain gang, or like a gambler who can't walk away from gambling, or like a bunch of rats who can't walk away from that rotting thing in the sewers. Oof. Sounds like this guy has some pretty negative feelings about this person. So, we're halfway through the poem, but before we go on, let's try to be sympathetic. Think back. Has there ever been anything in your life that you were really ready to be done with, but you couldn't get rid of? We will stay respectful. We will not name names. But, for example, if you really didn't like sauerkraut or mayonnaise or tartar sauce, that would be a thing. And they kept putting mayonnaise on your otherwise delicious hamburger that you paid good money for. Now that is a connecting point with the author. Oh yes, I'm ready to be done with mayonnaise. What is it for you? Go ahead and come up with your response. Maybe it's something that you're binging. Your friend said it was a good show, but it's starting off cringe. And actually, the more you watch it, the more you hate it. But still, you want to make it through a season. These are some things that could count for things that go into our heart like a knife, or take over our minds when really we want to be done with them, but we're stuck. Go ahead and write or say what it is for you. Let's see if it gets better. Here is stanza 4. J'ai prié le glaive rapide de conquérir ma liberté, et j'ai dit au poison perfide de sécurir ma lâcheté. The author is taking things into his own hands. He's asking 2 things to help him. First, a double-edged sword, the kind you might use to kill a dragon. He asks the sword to conquer his problem and get him his freedom back real quick. Then he even reaches out to dangerous poison. Sounds risky, reaching out to poison, but somehow he expects it to help him solve his problem. Before we see if these tools work for him, consider for ourselves, what tools do you use to conquer your problem? He's going with the sword and poison somehow. Consider your problem and the tools you would use to fight or fix it. For example, I will teach you a trick I learned when I was a kid. You got the problem. You're trying to find some tool to fight it or fix it. Maybe you've tried a couple different tools. Maybe you're trying to find the next tool that might work. You never know. But here's one. If you're worried about green beans, or maybe even mayonnaise, there's a trick I heard about when I was a kid. If there is a food you don't like, hold your nose when you eat it, and you won't taste it as much. Somehow smell is connected to taste. Hold your nose, and you won't even notice the green beans that much. Or then there's the spread the food around the plate trick. If you spread around the green beans, lima beans, navy beans on your plate, it looks like you've eaten some, and your parents might let you leave the table. 2 tricks, 2 tactics: nose holding, spacing out food. Maybe they're not a 100% effective solution, but they're just things that we try. Consider your tools. Are they 100% effective? How do they really work? Are they working? Are they ever going to work? Do you think that they would work for you? Do other people say that they work for them? Go ahead and write your thoughts. Say your thoughts. Now let's see if the author's tools work for him. Et là, le poison et le glaive m'ont pris en dedans et m'ont dit, tu n'es pas digne qu'on t'enlève à ton esclavage maudit. The sword and the poison talk back to this guy. They say, you're not worthy that we should take you out of this trap. Oh, that is harsh. He asks for help from these tools, and they tell him no. What a horrible state. What a horrible condition. Why do they say no? Why not? Imbécile, de son empire, si nos efforts te délivrer, tes baisers ressusciteraient le cadavre de ton vampire. They call him a fool, imbécile. Same thing as English, imbecile. And the tools explain, even if we could free you from this other person, your kisses would go back and resuscitate them, bring them back up like a vampire. Ooh, pretty spooky. He says he wants help, but even his tools mock him. He is in a bad state. The tools see that the author's heart is still tied up. Back to you. The thing you said you don't like: mayonnaise, green beans, the show everyone's talking about that you're trying to binge with them. Are you really ready to be done with it? Or are you stuck to it, even if you don't like it? Kind of like this guy with the vampire on the ground. You might hate it, but maybe you love to hate it. And if you didn't have it, what would you do? I mean, what would you hate? That's the scary thing about this poem. It starts out with a heart stab. So we think, oh, okay, the other person must be the bad guy. But then the horror at the end is that the author himself is going back for it. He's going back to give CPR to the thing that's owning him. He's kissing the thing that's killing him. Oof, pretty scary. Now, is there an escape? Can we end on a positive note to this spooky poem? His ending is vampire. That's the last word. It's his title, Le Vampire, and then the last word is vampire again. Kind of a scary ending, a little bit sad, but can we end on a positive note? Here's my suggestion. Maybe you have one better than me. Let's see. What this guy needs, I think, possibly, is for someone or something to come along and kiss him. Oh, yes. That's a big surprise, but hear me out. He's stuck loving this dead thing, and even his tools won't help him out. Listen to their devastating language. Tu n'es pas digne. You are not worthy that we should help you. And then they call him a fool, an imbecile. He can't help himself. The tools aren't going to help him, so he needs somebody or something else. Wouldn't it be a nice positive ending if someone else came along and said, "You are worthy," and unhooked him from the vampire? Like he's getting a new oxygen mask, like on the airplanes, the oxygen mask drops down. He gets the new oxygen mask so that he can live and walk away from this vampire that has apparently stabbed him in the heart, taken over his mind. He needs to be unhooked. It would not have to be an actual romantic kiss. Just some kind of surprise, something new that sees his condition and gets him out of it. Can you imagine such a thing for yourself or for the author? You've got your problem. You've tried your tools. What do you think is a possible solution or fix? Or the author here. He's got his problems. He's tried his tools. Can you think of anything else that would work for him? Go ahead and write it down or say it. Something new that would see his condition and get him out of it. This guy, the author, he wanted to curse the person that hurt him, and he ended up in a sort of cursed state himself. It'd be real nice if someone or something else could come along and get him out of his vampire existence. That's Le Vampire by Charles Baudelaire. Until next time, à plus.